I got involved with network marketing in 2013. Between, I would have to say, the end of 2013 and 2014. I got out of prison October the 3rd, 2013, after doing 13 years. From October the 3rd, 2000 to October the 3rd, 2013. Okay, 156 months. So this is what's going to tie into why network marketing in itself as an industry appeals to me so much, opposed to the typical 9 to 5, right? Now, I don't have anything negative to say about people who choose to work a 9 to 5, because regardless of the career or the industry or a person's choice or options that they choose to act upon every day in terms of pursuing resources, there's a why that's attached to that. Okay? The how comes after the why, because it's the why that's going to determine how far somebody goes with something and how well it fits them. Okay? So 2013, 2014, I was introduced to network marketing, and it appealed to me because it allowed me to set my own time, to create my own pace, to not have to physically place myself in an environment that, for the most part, it's not going to be conducive with my mindset and what I've been through and my outlook and perspective on life, society, getting money, time, subordination, okay, to specific expectations. I'm gonna put it like that, okay? Because I'm a firm believer that everybody has triggers. Everybody has built-in mechanisms that are either conducive with a way of life or not. So you got to know yourself. So being that I know myself, I know what environments and what levels of interactions and engagements fit me and which ones don't. So that's the blueprint for myself that I use in order to navigate in terms of the pursuit of what a lot of people tend to identify with as the pursuit of happiness, resources, sustainability, cash flow, or what have you, right? So network marketing appealed to me because it represents freedom. Freedom to set my own pace, to build my own network, to write my own check, and to go and to grow as far as I want to, based off of my own personal vision, without me necessarily having to lay the bedrock for the actual resurrection of a real company in terms of products and services. It allows me to attach myself to products and services and companies that are already in existence as a customer, right? And by way of me just being a customer of those products and services, I'm able to be a 1099 or to become a 1099 by participating in the earnings that are attached to the compensation plan that that specific company has created for its consumer base to make money with residually by paying out dividends at whatever the percentage rate is, or however which way they have those their compensation plans set up, for me to be able to earn with the company by doing what people do by way of reflex a lot of times, by telling somebody about a good experience or good experiences that I've had for myself as a customer. And whenever those people go and shop with that company, through my reference, that company is going to pay me dividends, not just one time, but if the people that I've referred to that company are happy customers, I'm gonna get paid not just once, but every time they shop with that company. I'm gonna get something. And to me, something is better than nothing. Opposed to me doing the same exact thing off of reflex as a consumer, directing traffic and sending customers in free marketing, you see what I'm saying? And not getting paid not one dime. So I see that as something that fits me, because I can do that and take that with me anywhere that I go. Now, prior to me going into the system, they didn't have these devices. There was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. Okay? There was no YouTube. Right? Everything that you got, you had to get that on the ground. You see what I'm saying? You had to gain direct access to opportunities. So when I get out and I see that I can talk to people all around the world, right? And I can make contact and connections with people without having to physically meet them, I see that as a very, very vast and lucrative opportunity that's endless, you see. So it's just all about the perspective. So there are a lot of reasons why I chose network marketing. Now, the longevity and the quality of the potential that's held within inside of the actual effort is going to be determined by what company, products, and services one chooses to attach themselves to. Because not just like in the real, on the ground, brick and mortar, every business that resurrects itself or has a beginning doesn't have, they don't always have a long duration. You see, I learned that in the beginning because I attached myself to companies when I was a new jack that really was short-lived because they was just like pop-up shops. That's what I'm gonna call them. They was like pop-up shops. And it's not to say that the pop-up shops of today are not lucrative, but I'm just talking about in terms of if you're looking for longevity within network marketing and attaching, your income to that which somebody else has built. So if what they've built is just a temporary fix and it's not something that's going to have longevity, then chances are that's not going to be a place where you can finish. That's not going to be a place wherein you're going to have that much time, you see what I'm saying, in order to make it happen. You see. So that was short-lived in the beginning. Moving, let's just say 5, 6 years, 7 years later, without me doing any network marketing, I came across a couple of other companies, one of which has been in business for close to 30 years. That's not going nowhere. With top shelf, top grade quality health products, you see. And me being an avid runner, a scenic runner for my own personal interests, personal self-care purposes, attached to my regimen, attached to my diet, and attached to my way of life on, me being focused on health and wellness and maintenance and, self-development, that fits me. And that's another thing. In order to have longevity, or in order for one's interests to stand the test of time, good times, bad times, up, down, and difference, because in any pursuit, there are going to be challenges. So that's why attaching the network marketing or affiliate marketing to products and services that you're going to actually use, that's what's going to help to keep you in the game. Because by me attaching myself to products and services that I actually love and that I actually use and that I actually am benefiting from on a personal level, that's going to be more of an encouragement and motivation to keep me attached to the company and to keep me, pursuing the business interest, because I'm a customer first. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody that I meet is not going to want to duplicate on the business aspect. But at the end of the day, I can help them with their blood pressure. I can help them, whatever other health challenges they may have or may be going through. I could point them in the direction of healthier or natural alternatives on a naturopathic, homeopathic level. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose. You see what I'm saying? I don't treat or administer any type of medication. I'm just a customer that shops with an all natural health supplement private company that pays out dividends for referring customers that are looking to better their health in the same way by utilizing the same products. So as a convict, knowing that I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison, right? I don't want my outcome or my ending to be that which is undesirable. Network marketing, for me, it may not be the same thing for you, because your reality may not be my reality, and in a lot of cases it's not. You probably haven't been through what I've been through, but you don't necessarily have to have been through what I've been through or face what I've faced or have to face what I'm facing in order to do network marketing. You have doctors in the network. You have lawyers. You have people who already have brick and mortars. You have people from all walks of life all throughout the globe. College grads, non-college grads, blue, white collar workers. It's just, and that's why it's such a lucrative and vast industry, because it's not about just isolating one group or class of people in order to make that available to them. It's available to anybody. You see what I'm saying? From any economical or class bracket. You see what I'm saying? It's available to wherever the company provides their products and services. Whether or not if it's software that's digital or physical products that have to actually be sent to you. If that company services your region throughout the globe, then not only can you become a customer, but you can also be a distributor. You can actually earn with the very company that you're shopping with. So for me, it's legit. I get to be a 1099. I get to write my own check. I get to meet other people from all different walks of life. I get to build a consumer base that's geared towards helping other people to better their health. You see what I'm saying? Primarily. And there are other things that I do. I just recently invested into crypto, into some crypto software as a customer that I actually use for my own benefit. But just the same, as a customer, I may meet other people who may want to take advantage of the same products and services that I'm already using on a personal level. And when I do, I can do what people naturally do anyway. I could tell them where I think they're going to get their best products and the best services at the best price and get the best deal. And it's up to the customer, just like it's up to me, if they want to take advantage of the affiliate network marketing compensation plan or the payout to earn dividends for continuing to share that information about the existence of these products and services for themselves with their people. But there's no obligation for any customer to do so, because I have customers who have shopped with the company through me who have opted to not take advantage of the referral program to get paid dividends by the company. So there's no contract. There's nothing binding that says that I have to do that. I could just be a customer. But I'm seeking to turn it into cash flow, into permanent cash flow that grows. So what does that do for me? That feeds my why. You see what I'm saying? That helps me to establish a legitimate cash flow that keeps on paying out. It allows me to not only get paid off of my own efforts, but off of the efforts of others, and so forth, because they get paid off of the efforts of others. It's a network. That's what a network is. It's no different than your job. You got different functions, and it requires people working together in order to keep the company flowing and going and growing. The only difference is that between a network marketer like myself and people who choose to be a part of an already established organization, which is called a job, right? Because that's the only difference between what I do and what other people do, is that I'm building a network, see? And you're plugging into a network that already exists. But the difference is that on another note also is that when you plugging into a network that already exists and you're getting paid to perform a function, and you have to sell time, that means that you have to be at a certain place. That means that you have to abide by a certain dress code. That means that you have to subordinate yourself to certain rules and regulations and environmental idiosyncrasies of people that you have to be exposed to, temperaments, personalities. You see what I'm saying? You have to physically go there. You got to deal, it's a whole lot that you have to deal with in your goings and comings in order to maintain this particular function. In order to do what? To gain access to resources. But with network marketing, I don't have to deal with any of that. The only thing that I have to do is continue to shop and to be a loyal customer and to make referrals. And when I connect with people such as myself who also want to capitalize and to collect offer those dividends and those payouts, that residual and passive income, you know what I'm saying? Then the network grows, you know what I'm saying? Because we all have a common interest, and everybody is setting their own, individual goals as to why they are using the network marketing, in the compensation plan. But at the end of the day, it all still helps to work together for one good, and that's to help everybody to prosper that's involved within inside of that network building. So in one situation, the network is already established for you, and you getting paid, a certain hourly wage in order to produce a certain function within inside of a situation wherein your potential to move up and to earn more money is very limited, although it does exist. But it takes you much longer, and you have to go through a whole lot more in order to get those raises. Meanwhile, you're away from your family, you're away from the people you love and you care about, and in a lot of cases, you got to step outside of yourself and you got to become somebody else in order to hold down that position, to meet those requisites and those expectations. And you got to deal with people and things and go to places that you may very well not want to deal with, and you may not want to go every single day out the week. Because see, if you miss a day, being that you're getting paid for time, to sell time, if you miss a day or you miss a few hours out of the day, then that's what's going to make your income or your check. You're going to miss money out of your check for that week or that next 2 weeks. But with network marketing, we don't get paid to sell time. We get paid for our productivity. That's not necessarily confined or restricted within inside of the parameters of how long I work in a day. You see what I'm saying? It's predicated on how much do I produce. You see what I'm saying? In terms of how many people can I reach or have I reached and shared value with, wherein they took that information and they took that value and they went and they did the same thing that I've already done and that I continue to do. They went and they made a purchase, and every time they make a purchase, it doesn't matter where they're at within inside of the world, I'm going to get paid. I'm going to get something within inside of that compensation plan. That doesn't require me, also paying a lease. That doesn't require me turning on lights or paying for lights and gas. That doesn't require me to having to ship anything. That doesn't require me to have to keep up with a supply and a demand, because I'm not the company. I'm a customer that's getting paid from the company in order to send them more customers or to refer them more customers. What does that do for me? That helps me to preserve my life. That helps me to preserve my freedom. That keeps me from placing myself or putting myself inside of subordinate situations that are not conducive with my nature or my temperament. You see what I'm saying? So I got to speak to those that are in the same situation like me, because that's what a network is. Everybody's not going to be able to relate to my why. But I see network marketing as being something that's very ideal for guys that are getting out of prison or on your way to prison. Because a lot of y'all on y'all way to prison and don't even know it. Do I want that for you? No, that's not what I want for you. But at the end of the day, that's what's happening. It happened to me. So if it's happening and it happened to me, because a lot of times you don't feel like things can happen to you because they haven't happened already. You see what I'm saying? They haven't happened already. But at the end of the day, you got a lot of guys come out, you know what I'm saying, used to getting money, used to doing things on their own terms. And because they got their head knocked off and had to get sat down, whether if it's for 1 year to 5 years, 5 years to 10 years, 10 years to 15 years, or some cases 15 to 25, 30 years. You see what I'm saying? When you come out, you really don't, in a lot of cases, you don't have a plan. And, the longer you stay in there, the more help you're going to need when you get out. You see? Now, I've been out, going on 9 years. But about 8 and some change. And if it wasn't for help, we need help when we get out. You see what I'm saying? Because in a lot of cases, you really don't have no money. And a lot of you don't want to work. You see what I'm saying? Even though you will work, you're not happy working. So you're destined to be doing something every day that you really don't really want to do. And you don't have a way out. Network marketing provides you with a way out. It allows you to take back your time so that you can be your true self every day, and you can utilize, your own personality, your own ability to deal with people and to provide people with information that can help them to better their lives. And in the process, you can better your life in the same way without having to be worrying about recidivism. You see what I'm saying? Without having to worry about putting yourself back inside of a situation that could very well lead you back down paths or to a destination of incarceration that you really don't really want to be in. You see what I'm saying? Because no matter how much help we get when we get out of prison, you see what I'm saying? No matter how much help or good the help is, we still have to be able to take that help and establish something for ourselves wherein we're able to help to sustain ourselves within inside of the help. You see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of times we fail to do. Why? Because you're forcing yourself in a lot of cases to do something that you really don't want to do. That forces you to be something or somebody that you may very well not really be. So that's a hell of a balancing act. You see what I'm saying? And that's what another thing that network marketing allows you to do. It places you in a position where your background don't matter. Ain't nobody doing no background checks on you. You see what I'm saying? And nobody's seeking to try to utilize your past to try to hold you accountable for something that you already done paid for. That's what the time was for. But then you get out and you got to do more time because you're being judged. You see what I'm saying? Because of something that happened in the past or that you probably did in the past that you already did time for. But when you come back out here, you get slapped in the face everywhere you go with them applications, and people only feeling like your value is less than what it really is because of your past. So you still having to start off at the bottom. And it treating you, in some cases, in not so kind ways. You see what I'm saying? But with network marketing, you don't have to be exposed to that level of degradation and constantly being held accountable for something that you already did, probably already paid for, whether you did it or not. Because I know everybody that go to prison is not in prison for something that they did. You probably went to prison for something that you did not do. I'm not here to be the judge, the jury, or the DA and all that stuff, because I wouldn't be them no way. You see what I'm saying? I'm here to let you know that there's another way. Now, it's not to say that you probably still won't have to work a job. I'm not trying to tell you to leave your job. I'm not trying to tell you what to do at all. What I'm saying is that realistically, if you could establish another $3,000 to $5,000 just by utilizing products and services and letting other people utilize products and services, and there's no guarantee that you're going to make that money, because what you make is based on what you produce, once again, not how much time you put into it. You see what I'm saying? But by how effectively you execute in terms of directing traffic and pointing people in a position of true value that you've already attached yourself to. And when, you know what I'm saying, when they make their purchases, you're paid and compensated by the company for sending them business. Some of you are already doing that on the streets. You see? So I'm speaking to returned citizens, or those that may very well have family members or people that, and I'm not saying exclusively, but like I said, I can speak better to my own kind. Because in a lot of cases, people that haven't been through what you've been through or going through what you're going through, they, you know what I'm saying, they can see themselves as, in their minds, as being better than you. And that conversation, they may hear, or they may see you doing what you're doing and may not even know why you're doing what you're doing, and may even look down on it, not realizing that it holds a whole lot more potential and purpose behind the acts and the efforts, the time and the energy that you're putting into it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people see you doing things like network marketing and say, well, why is he doing that? Why are they doing that? You see what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, they don't realize it is attached to preservation of life, preservation of freedom. You see what I'm saying? A preservation of the little things that at one point in time had been taken away. You see what I'm saying? So when you know where you've been and you know what you have come up out of, you see what I'm saying? You're able to appreciate a process. Now, some people may see it as where they want to work for 40 years, 40 to 60 hours a week to retire, to get paid less than they was actually getting paid on a job to sustain their lives with inside of retirement. If that's your comfort zone, then who am I to say that that's not right for you? If you're conditioned to be able to put up with the things that you have to put up with at the job every day, and you feel like that's what your conditioning is, who am I to tell you not to do that? I'm speaking to the people who are not conditioned for that. I'm speaking to the people who may very well be caught up in those type of situations right now. You may be looking for a way out. I'm not here to sell you a dream and tell you, oh, it's going to be easy and it's going to happen overnight. No, but what I am telling you that if you trust in the process and you take a little bit and you invest it and attach yourself and your resources to the right products and services in the right company that's going to be around and has been around, and or companies that are just now kicking off, they have great potential and have real payout. If you don't give up and you stay focused and you stay disciplined, just like how you working to build on somebody else's riches, while you doing that, you can also be part-time telling other people about, this freedom plan and organizing yourselves, and attaching your time, your efforts, and your resources to establishing a way out of a situation that you may not want to be in for the next 20, 30 years. Putting up with whatever it is that you're saying that you're putting up with. So that may take you 6 months. It may take you a year. It takes people different amounts of time. It may take you a couple of years to build up the momentum. It's not like you're going to stop doing what you're already doing anyway in order to make ends meet. But you got to ask yourself, is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? Is there any real growth in that? Are you really accelerating in that? Are you excelling in that? If you are, then salute. But like I told you, I never met nobody that didn't need more money or who couldn't use a little extra stipend coming in. So even if you on the top of your game, you still may know people that are suffering with different things, whether it's, high blood, whatever their health ailment is. You may be suffering from something within inside of your health as well. Even though you may be successful in certain arenas, you may be, failing in terms of your health and your wellness. You know what I'm saying? So you can start, that's something that you can work on. You see how that works? There's always room for improvement. And by you improving upon yourself, you never know. That may turn into an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $2,000 a month. Or in some cases more than that. Because like I said, I'm not here to sell you a dream. But at the end of the day, you get out what you put in. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I like about network marketing, because it gets a lot of negative vibes from a lot of people. First thing, oh, don't sell me something. But at the end of the day, everything that you have, is either somebody bought it and gave it to you, or it's something that you had to purchase for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about you trying to become a salesperson. It's about you attaching yourself to value and sharing that value with other people. And when they activate and act upon that value and implement it and bring that value into their lives through their own decisions, you're going to be compensated for it. So in closing, I attach myself, my why is very vast as to why I do network marketing. Frees up time, keeps me out of situations that may trigger me in terms of, rub me the wrong way, in terms of, me having to place myself around negative vibrations that I may very well not want to be in or don't need to be around. You see what I'm saying? It allows me to be a 1099 to draw legitimate income to write my own check. You see, while upkeeping my own health and wellness, while also pursuing other interests. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't necessarily have to do network marketing for one company. You see what I'm saying? All I got to do is just respect the guidelines and the principles of each company, and do what I need to do in order to get what I need out of each opportunity. You see, so there's infinite room for growth. That's another reason why I get to help people. I get to help people to help themselves in the ways that they need the help the most, if they choose to attach themselves to the things that I have to offer that I've already attached myself to. See, if in fact I have what it is that they need. So it allows me also to be of service to the people that I meet and come in contact with online or offline. So what does that make me? That allows me to become an asset, to be an asset to other people, health-wise and financially wise. So it's way more positives attached to network marketing than the negatives that I hear people say, because a lot of times people fail, people give up. Their why probably wasn't strong enough. They probably couldn't take, what came with the process. But that's no good reason to scrap an industry that is larger than sports and entertainment, to be honest with you. Network marketing is a very, very vast and expansive industry. Every legitimate business right now is on social media. And every legitimate business, every business is as good as its marketing base. And the only thing network marketing is a company or service or products and services, a company that provides products and services and pays its own consumer base in order to spread the good word about what exactly it is that they have to offer. And to me, that's a win-win. So it allows me to be a service to people. It allows me to educate people. It allows me to be an asset to people, and not just other people, but most of all to myself. And this is coming from a convict. You see what I'm saying? So this is me being a convict. And notice I had to give you my name. If you want to know my name, then you'll learn everything that you need to learn about me on the proactive level when you decide that you want to plug in and actually get to work and start building on what I'm building on. But right now I'm speaking to you from a convict's perspective. You see what I'm saying? I'm speaking to you from a perspective of why network marketing is such a very positive, lucrative opportunity for people who are either on their way to prison, in prison and about to get out, or have already gotten out, and you may very well still be on paper. You see what I'm saying? That I'm speaking to you from a convict's perspective as to why network marketing is something that you really should consider. Now, if it's something that you're interested in and you want to learn more about it, feel free to get with me. You see what I'm saying? And if you're interested in what I'm doing, you see what I'm saying, which is health and wellness and crypto, you feel me? Then I'll be more than glad, to share with you what was shared with me at one point in time, to see if it's something that fits you. But it's a volunteer army. This is not something that, people had to get behind you and whip you on your back, you know what I'm saying, in order to get you going. This is something that's self-propelled, self-generated. It's something that you got to really want for yourself in order for it to work for you. That's the difference between network marketing and 9 to 5. There's nobody about to come chin check you and tell you what to do. There's nobody going to tell you what time you got to get up or what time you got to be here or be there, or what you got to wear, what you got to do. You're provided with information. You're provided with the tools that you need. And you're provided, you know what I'm saying, with an established company, products and services to do all of the shipping and do everything else for you. The only thing that you got to do is attach your resources and invest and come with vision, come with drive, come with focus, and come ready to learn and ready to do what you need to do, and allow yourself to be coachable so that way you could duplicate a process. You see what I'm saying? But how far you go or how short you go, how much you get out of it is up to you. So that's my take on network marketing, why I got involved, how I got involved, and why I see this as something that's going to always be attached to my life, as long as I got breath within inside of this existing society, because it offers me maximum freedom in order to create whatever it is that I want to create with those who I come across who want to create the same thing for themselves. And to me, that's freedom. And the potential is infinite. So with that, coming from a convict perspective, look into network marketing, because the way the world's looking right now, you're gonna have to know how to create a cash flow, you know what I'm saying, residual income and passive income for those residual bills without exposing yourself to things out here that are invisible, that can harm you, and placing yourself in harm's way just chasing a dollar. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody sitting around waiting for you to go out and put yourself at risk so that they can collect from you. Isn't it time, you know what I'm saying, for you to put yourself in a position wherein you don't have to put yourself at risk and you can still collect without having to hurt nobody or without having to jeopardize your life or your freedom? It's coming from a convict's perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about, you know what I'm saying, it's not all about how hard you are. You know what I'm saying? At this stage, at 44 years old, I'm not trying to prove that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm made of. Hopefully you know that about yourself, wherever it is that you are within inside of your own growth and your own development. But at the end of the day, right now, the way things is looking, and with all the advancements and technology and all this stuff, when it comes down to the future and stepping into abundance, it really comes down to how wise are you, and how well can you execute, how coachable are you, and how well can you carry out a plan and explain and express that and duplicate that with others. And that way you establish something that can pay you time and time and time again moving forward. It's not about being foolish. You know You know what I'm saying? Because foolish people don't last long. So with that, hopefully you got value from this. It's coming from a convict's perspective. Take the time out. Think about what I've said. If you got to watch this again, you see what I'm saying? Watch it again. And maybe it'll sink in. If you know anybody that's in a situation, you may not be a convict. You know what I'm saying? You may not be in the streets. You may not be in the reality that I'm describing or discussing or sharing. But you may know somebody else that's looking for a way out. So I'm saying, that's looking for another way to preserve life. You know what I'm saying? And so that they can live more abundantly. You know what I'm saying? Without having to take unnecessary chances. You know, or having to go back into a situation that they really don't find to be desirable. You know what I'm saying? Or an ideal situation. Get with me. You know what I'm saying? And we can chop it up. So with that, peace and blessings. Stay well, stay safe, and keep your freedom.